Welcome to part 5 of this Guitar Discovery series on writing better original songs. Now we're still assuming you have basic guitar playing skills. You can strum and play a few chords smoothly and evenly and sing along with them. Besides that, we've identified 2 traits you need to write original songs. Number 1, belief you can do it, and number 2, persistence to finish a song. So we've been focusing quite a bit on the musical and melodic side of songwriting. Now it's time to dive deeper into words, aka lyrics. We're going to explore which should come first, music or lyrics. I'll share an important tip about how you can write better lyrics and powerful choruses, and I'm also going to share a really cool songwriting tool that's a secret weapon of writers like Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. So stick around, let's write that killer song. So which should come first, music or lyrics? And the answer is, you decide. Here's what John Lennon says. I have a structured songwriting process. I start with the music and try to come up with musical ideas, then the melody, then the hook, and the lyrics come last. Some people start with the lyrics first because they know what they want to talk about and they just write a bunch of lyrical ideas. But for me, the music tells me what to talk about. Okay, good, John. I'm usually, but not always, in the second group. Lyrics are really important to me, so I tend to write those first, knowing that I'm going to slice and dice them as the music starts to take shape. My best advice, whether you personally start with music or lyrics, is just to aim for a feeling and try to stay spontaneous and flexible with both your words and your music. Don't overthink it. It's important for me to have specific tools when I'm writing. I need something to write down words and something to record audio because I have a bad memory when I'm in right brain creative mode. I just don't retain things as they're flowing through me. So I need to write them down and record them so they're captured. And that way I come back later and I can listen and decide what I like and what's worth keeping. So I used to use a handheld cassette recorder. I have a bunch of tapes filled with music snippets and lyric ideas. But these days, we all have mobile phones, with an audio notes app. So you can do the same thing with this. So if you want to keep it simple, just use your phone. There's another cool songwriting tool I want to mention. It's a subscription-based app called MasterWriter. Let me be clear, I do not get a commission for this endorsement. It's just a tool I love, I use it, I pay for it. It's worth it to me. MasterWriter is basically a rhyming dictionary and phrase finder to help you write better lyrics. It also has audio recording options. I love it because it's like an endless vault full of ideas. You get to see all the potential rhymes, and that prevents me from getting stuck, and it keeps all my songwriting stuff in one place. In my experience, housekeeping's pretty important to songwriting. It's really cool when you're working on a new song, you kind of get stuck, and then you go into your lyric ideas and notes, and you find something you wrote way before, and it melds perfectly with the new thing you're writing. With music and lyrics, this is surprisingly common, and the world's a better place because of songwriters who keep notebooks. Lennon and McCartney, they co-wrote lots of songs that combined snippets that each of them had sitting in separate notebooks. Day in the Life is a perfect example. You got John saying, I read the news today, oh boy, and then Paul comes in with, woke up, fell out of bed. When I start writing a new song, I usually follow a standard song structure because I know I can write the pieces in any order and just change them around later if I want. I think in terms of intro, verses, and chorus. Those are the core of most songs. And then I know I might eventually add a pre-chorus or a climb, a bridge between sections, an outro, whatever the song needs to feel complete. I usually start with a topic or an interesting phrase and kind of whatever gets my juices flowing. And I try to write at least a verse or two, sometimes a chorus. Then I start experimenting with chords, melodies, or riffs until I hear something I like. Now, when it comes to writing lyrics, it can be hard to understand the essential difference between words for your verses and words for a chorus. And I'll say it again, there really are no rules, but I did hear one bit of advice years ago that really changed and improved my own lyric writing. It's probably the most important songwriting tip I ever heard. It came from Sammy Cahn, who was a major lyric writer decades ago. He co-wrote a string of hits for Frank Sinatra. He wrote for Broadway shows and movies. He won 4 Oscars during his career. Sammy Cahn said that a chorus should always be the answer to, "And that's why I say." So let me show you how this works. First, I'm going to apply Kahn's rule to "The Last Time." This is the Jagger and Richards song we talked about in part 1 of this songwriting series. So here's the verse. "Well, I told you once and I told you twice, but you never listened to my advice. You don't try very hard to please me. With what you know, it should be easy. And that's why I say, this could be the last time. This could be the last time. Maybe the last time. I don't know. Oh no. Oh no." So does that make sense? And that's why I say. Okay, let's apply Kahn's rule to Dreams. This is the Stevie Nicks song we were exploring in part 2. We've got a verse, a pre-chorus, and that's why I say chorus. Here's the verse. "Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel it, but listen carefully to the sound." Then she segues into the pre-chorus. "Of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad, in the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost and what you had and what you lost. And that's why I say, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know, you'll know." So when you're wrapping up a verse, just say silently to yourself, "And that's why I say," and your chorus will naturally kick the song up a notch. Now that you know Kahn's rule for choruses, I challenge you to use it to write some lyrics now, or finish some ideas you've written before. Just don't get discouraged if writing lyrics takes a while. Sometimes lyrics kind of write themselves, and other times you can just sweat them out over months or even years. You might want to check out my Paul Simon video to hear more about that. Sometimes he spent literally years on a song before he felt it was done and ready to share with the world. Okay, this has been epic. That wraps up this 5-part songwriting series, at least for now. I do hope you found belief and persistence so you can write a song and then keep going and write more songs. So I want to finish up with a quote from songwriting prodigy Taylor Swift. She got her first songwriting deal with Sony Music. I think she was like 14 years old. So here's what she said. "Songwriting is the ultimate form of being able to make anything that happens in your life productive." Yes, because there's really nothing quite like the joy of creating something musical and memorable out of thin air. And I am eager for you to experience that. Please go to guitardiscoveries.com to see all my videos and find links to my original songs. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thank you so much. See you next time.